Noticing how you've arrived for your practice today. Just taking your time to notice your breathing. Nothing to do here, but breathe. Notice how your mind feels today. Notice if your thoughts are wandering. Notice where your thoughts are wandering to, if they are. Just taking some time here, lying down in whatever position feels comfortable to you. And begin to get present in the room you're in your body, on your mat. And breathe here. Noticing the way the ground is supporting you below. During challenging times, during uncertain times, it can be incredibly hard to just stay still. Staying still gives us access to noticing what's really true in any present moment. So as you lie here and as you breathe, I invite you to come into this moment here right now. Putting your attention on your inhales and your exhales. And letting the rest of your day go for right now. And then bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And feel the way your palms feel when you breathe in. Feel the way your chest expands and your belly expands to fill your palms as you fill with air. Know that throughout class, you'll always have access to the present moment by focusing on your inhales and your exhales. And if you have an intention, you can go ahead and set it now and breathe into it for 3 more full cycles of breath. Relax the face. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. 1 more full cycle of breath here. When you're ready, go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Maybe take some circles with the wrists and ankles. Slowly start to bring movement back into the body. And then reach your arms overhead. Reach your arms overhead, point your toes, coming into a nice good morning stretch. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rock from side to side here. Maybe draw circles with your knees. Just warming up the body nice and slow today. Breathing here. And then pause and center. Hug your knees in, and then drop your knees over to the right. Coming into a supine twist, drop your knees over to the right, and then take your arms out to a T. Gaze goes left. Coming into an early supine twist. Feeling the awakening in the low back and throughout the spine. Breathing here, still relaxing in the face and the shoulders. And keeping your arms where they are. On your next breath in, bring your knees back up to center. If they need the help of your arms, that's okay. And then on your next exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Keeping the T in your arms, gaze goes right now, supine twist. Relaxing the muscles in the face. Maybe your knees don't touch because it's early, mine are not. Just allowing this twist to be natural. And then make your way back to center and send your heels up towards the ceiling for waterfall pose. You can bring your arms down by your sides. And you can put a bend in the knees here if it gives you access to pressing your heels up towards the ceiling more and pressing your low back down against the mat more. And just breathe here. Maybe you bring one hand back to your heart, one hand to your belly. Coming into this early inversion to just get some fresh blood and oxygen flowing now. Keeping the feet flexed here. Maybe your legs wobble from side to side. Just breathing here for a few more breaths. And on your next exhale, bring your heels down to the mat. Knees point up towards the ceiling. Setting up for bridge pose. Bring your arms alongside your body. Palms next to your hips, face down. Walk your heels in towards your sit bones. And when you're ready, inhale to lift the hips, lift the low back, bridge pose. Stay in bridge pose and maybe roll your shoulders underneath you, interlace your hands. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath. Hug the knees in towards center and ground down through your heels to send your hips up higher. Breathing still. One more deep breath in. And on your next exhale, lower down nice and slow. Take your time. Roll your arms out if they're beneath you. Drop your knees over to the right and pause. Just pause there. Feel the stretch in your left hip, your outer left hip. And then inhale the knees back to center. And then exhale to drop them over to the left and pause in that stretch. Feeling the tension in the outer right hip, all right here. Whatever hand variation is fine. And then inhale your knees back to center and roll over onto one side, just long enough to make your way up to a seat. So slowly making our way up today. Come into a comfortable seat. Come into a nice comfortable seat on the mat. Sit up nice and tall. And then inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. And on your exhale, drop your left knee, your left hand to your right knee and your right arm behind you. Coming into a twist. Bring your gaze out towards your right shoulder, maybe even past it if you have this space and stretching your neck. Still sitting up nice and tall, tenting up onto your right fingertips to find the length in your spine. Breathing into this twist, using the press of your left hand on your right knee to twist further. One more breath in. And exhale back to center, arms sweep up and overhead. Inhale. And then exhale to the left. Left hand comes behind you, right hand to left knee, coming into a seated twist. Bring your gaze out towards the left side of the room, and then as far towards your left shoulder as you can. Maybe tent up onto your left fingertips for this extra length in your spine. Still breathing here, nice and even. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale. One more. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale to sweep your arms overhead. And then exhale to fold forward in your seat. And it doesn't have to be a deep fold. More important is that you let your head hang heavy. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Let your head hang heavy here. And then from there, walk your palms out as far as you can to find the stretch all along your spine. And still engage your core muscles, so still hug your belly in and up. Breathing here. One more breath in. Exhale, fold a little deeper. And then inhale to sit up. And on your exhale, make your way into a tabletop. Maybe roll over your legs. Maybe swing them out to the side. Coming into a tabletop position. First, find your nice neutral tabletop. And then start to roll through some rounds of cat-cow. I'm just gonna swap the music because this jazz is a little more up-tempo than I would like it to be. But roll through some cat-cows, match your movement to your breath. Inhales, lift the belly. Exhales, arch the spine. And keep flowing through it, maybe add movement. Maybe add some circles with your torso in different directions. Maybe rock backward to child's pose and then forward to horse pose. Just take movement here. We'll be here for a few breaths in our cat-cow, really taking the time to feel the openness we created in our spine so far. You've got 3 more full cycles of breath here, really make it your own. Less important than what it looks like is that it feels good for your body. And then we'll find stillness in our tabletop. So find a neutral tabletop. Check in with your wrists that they're below your shoulders. Check in with your knees that they're below your hips. Hug your belly muscles in and up for a nice flat spine and a nice engaged core. And then tuck your toes and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And for your first down dog, bend one knee and then the other, pedal out the legs. Maybe swiggle the hips from side to side. You might feel some crackles and pops in your ankles and feet. Let that feel good. And then find stillness in your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth. And we'll do some cleansing breaths like that throughout class. One more here. Inhale deeply through the nose. And then open mouth. Sigh it out. Inhale to look forward. And then exhale to travel to the top of your mat. Make your way there in your own time. Coming into a forward fold once you arrive. Option to keep a generous bend in the knees here. Just breathing your forward fold for a few breaths. Maybe taking opposite elbows and swaying. Breathing here for a couple more breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly make your way up to standing. Really slow, like you're traveling through mud. Really slow. Moving every muscle separately. Head's the thing that comes up last. Take your time to get there. And once you're standing, come into your mountain pose. Stretch your arms out long on your sides. Ground down through all four corners of your feet. Open your chest nice and wide towards the front of the room. Feel your nice strong mountain pose here. And then inhale to sweep your arms overhead. And exhale to fold forward over your leg. Moving into a few nice slow sun salutations. Inhale to a halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Draw the crown of your head forward. And then exhale to fold forward over your legs. Good. Plant your palms and step back to high plank. And everyone drop your knees for this first high plank. Drop your knees and hug your heels in towards your sit bones. That'll give you the same core activation. So everyone should modify if they want to join us. We're going to do a few modified plank push-ups here. Not very many, and you're all strong enough to do it. So hug your heels in, hug your belly muscles in, and then you're going to lower down halfway or less to chaturanga, and then press back up to your modified push-up. Really good. And then let's do that again. Lower down halfway or less, chaturanga, and then back up to your modified plank. One more time, just like that. You're all so strong, looking good. One, two, lower down halfway or less, and then press back up to your modified plank. Hold it for a moment, and then drop your feet and drop down to your belly. Hug your elbows into your sides, really strong, guys. Tops of the feet press down, elbows hug into your sides. Inhale for baby cobra. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale to lower down. Again, just like that. Inhale, baby cobra. Press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, baby cobra, feet press down, chest lift, shoulder blades hug in towards your spine. Exhale, lower. And then take child's pose. Child's pose just for a beat, just to reset. And we'll move through two more sun salutation A's. Building on as we go. You always have the option to come back to this child's pose. You always have the option to skip anything I suggest you do. And that's just a reminder, this is your practice, you decide. When you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Notice how this down dog feels different from the first one. We'll take a couple cleansing breaths here too as well. On here, so inhale deeply through the nose, and then open mouth, sigh it out. And then one more time, inhale deeply through the nose, open mouth. Good, and then inhale to look forward. And exhale to travel to the top of your mat. We'll meet in a forward fold when you get there. Pausing for a beat. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale to fold forward over your legs. And then inhale to reach up and rise all the way up. Extended mountain, maybe add a back bend. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift, shoulder blades hug in towards your spine. Forward fold, plant your palms, and step back to your high plank. Option to drop those knees again, or if you're ready to level it up, option to stay in your high plank. And then we'll lower all the way down on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice, Gary. Try not to flop. Untuck the feet, tops of the feet press down, palms beneath your shoulders. We'll take 3 high cobras this time. On your inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and straighten your arms as much as feels good to you. Maybe they're straight, maybe they're not. And then exhale to lower down. And we'll take 2 more just like that. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the gaze, straighten the arms, tops of the feet press down. Exhale to lower. And 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the gaze, high cobra. Lower down to the mat and take child's pose. Child's pose to reset. Breathe in here. We've got 1 more full round of sun salutation A's to roll through. When you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Taking your time to get there, we'll take our cleansing breaths. And remember, you're all on mute, so really go for it with your sighs. It's very therapeutic. Inhale deeply through the nose. And open mouth. Sigh it out. 1 more time, just like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale to look forward. And exhale to travel to the top of your mat. Forward fold when you get there. Pausing in your forward fold, noticing your hamstrings, your spine. And on your next inhale, reach up, rise all the way up. Extended mountain, maybe go back. Forward fold, dive down over your legs, let that go. Halfway lift, tailbone draws towards the back of the room. Really nice, Sandra. Forward fold, plant your palms and step back to high plank. Option again to drop those knees. We're gonna hold this 3rd high plank for 5, 4, hug your belly in, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, tops of the feet press down, arms stretch alongside. Your body, palms face up, setting up for locust pose. Locust pose. Bring your forehead down to the mat. On your next inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, float your hands, and maybe also float your feet. So the feet are optional. And then lower back down. And we'll take 2 more just like that. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the gaze, fingers float back. Maybe your toes float up. Exhale, lower down. One more time, just like that. Inhale to lift the chest, lift the gaze, lift the feet, reach through the fingertips, reach back, back, back. And then lower down. Child's pose. Child's pose to reset. Breathe in here for just a couple breaths. When you're ready to move on, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Down dog. Again, we'll take our cleansing breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth. One more time, just like that. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, empty. Good. And on your next inhale, look forward. And then on your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Meet in a forward fold once you're ready. Notice how this forward fold feels. And then inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward, release. Sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Hands to heart center and pause. Moving on to our next sequence. Keeping your hands at heart center, just step your left foot towards the back of the mat. Bend into your front knee. And then drop your back knee down. So take your time. We're coming into a low lunge. We're coming into a modified low lunge with your back knee down. Take your time to get there. If you have a blanket or something you want to put below your knee, definitely do. We'll be here for a while. Hands are at heart center. Find the press in your back foot against the mat to bend more into your front knee. Nice adjustment to knees. Good. And then send your arms up and overhead when you're ready. Coming into a low crescent lunge on the right side. Sending energy out through your fingertips. Breathing here. Maybe adding a gentle back bend by bringing your gaze up to the ceiling. Bringing your arms in line with your ears. One more breath in here. And then exhale to bring your hands to frame your front foot. Place your left palm flat on the mat and send your right fingertips up towards the sky. Coming into a modified low lunge twist. And then lean back into your front knee if you leaned out of it. It's a hip stretch here. Just keeping the lean in your front knee. There you go. Nice adjustment. Really good. Reaching those fingertips up. Nice, Nancy. One more breath in your twist here. And then bring your right hand inside your right leg. So to be next to your front foot, both hands are inside your right leg. You're in a lizard lunge. Walk your right foot out more towards the right side of the mat and walk your toes to fan out so that they point more out towards the corner. And then just lean over towards the right. You can bring your right hand to the inside of your right thigh to deepen that stretch and face your right thigh. Yeah, keeping your left hand down on the mat for stability, pressing into your right thigh to find a deeper stretch in your front left hip in your inner right groin area. Breathing here for one more breath in. Stay for the breath out. And then bring your right hand back to meet your left. Walk your right foot back into where it was in your lizard lunge. Take your right hand back outside so your hands are framing your front foot. A little complicated instructions. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and you're in your low runner's lunge. Really nice. And then from here, it can take many steps or just one big step. Step your left foot to meet your right in a forward fold. So if it takes many steps, totally fine. And in this forward fold, bring your feet out wide, wider than your hips, and grab onto your big toes, coming into your yogi toe lock. First, inhale to a halfway lift, so flat back, long spine here. And then exhale, use the strength of your arms to draw the crown of your head down towards the mat. Send your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Breathe in here. Grounding down through your heels, using the strength in your arms. Head hangs heavy. One more full breath in. Open mouth. And then release your toes. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale to fold it forward. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Hands to heart center and pause. Just pause for a moment, reconnect with your breathing before we move on to the other side. And when you're ready, we'll step our right foot back behind us, bend into our left knee, and slowly drop our right knee down to the mat. Untuck our back toes. If you don't get there that way, it's really fine. That's just the best way I can think of to get there myself. Hands to heart center. Find the press in the top of your back foot on the mat to sink your hips towards your left knee, the bend in your left knee a little more. And when you feel nice and strong in your low crescent lunge base, reach your arms up and overhead. Pull your arms back in line with your ears. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Breathing here. Relaxing the muscles in your face and your jaw. Maybe adding a back bend by gazing up. One more breath in. And then exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Right palm grounds down onto the mat. Left fingertips spiral up, low lunge twist. And if you need to walk your left foot forward a bit or your right knee back, that's fine. Pressing into the right palm, reaching out through the right fingertips for one long line of energy. Really nice here. A few more breaths. And then bring your left hand inside your left foot. You're in a lizard lunge. And then walk your left foot over towards the left side of the mat and point your toes out towards the left corner of the room. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Inside of your left knee, just give it a press. And then use your right arm for stability. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be extra twisty or pretzely. Just feeling and stretching your hips is what's really important here. And breathing into it. One more deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then bring your left hand back to the mat. Walk your left foot back into your lizard. Left hand frames the foot, so hands are framing the front foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Low lunge. Find your low lunge really nice. And then as many steps as it takes, get to the top of your mat. Forward fold when you arrive. Forward fold. Split your feet again. Option to take that same yogi toe lock or take gorilla pose and slide your palms underneath your feet. Toes as close to the wrists as they can get for a nice massage. Head still hanging heavy. You're still breathing. Being mindful not to squeeze the shoulders towards the ears, even in a fold. Still pressing the tailbone up and up. One more breath in here. Stay for the exhale. And then release your palms. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale to fold it forward. And then inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center and pause. Pausing here, reconnecting with your breath. Moving on to our balancing portion of class. If you have any trouble with balance and you want to move over to like a wall or grab a chair that you can use the back of to help you balance, you're welcome to do that. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And then exhale to fold forward over your legs. Letting your head hang heavy here. Just for a beat. And then ground your fingertips or your palms on the mat. And on your next inhale, send your right leg back behind you. So coming into standing split, which we've done before in class. Standing split, flexing that back foot, and seeing if you can square your hips. So more important than a high leg is your hip facing the ground. Breathing here for one more breath in. Stay for the breath out. And then bring your right foot back to meet your left. You're back in your forward fold. We're going to take that on the other side. Inhale to bring your left foot back behind you, standing split. Flexing that left foot. See if you can point your toes down towards the mat, hip facing down towards the mat. Breathe in here, looking great, everyone. One more breath in. And then exhale your left foot to meet your right. You're in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center. Pause. Coming into our balance. On your next inhale, bring your right leg up in line with your hips. So bend the knee. Knee is as close to in line with the hips as it can get. It doesn't have to be, can be down here. More important is that you're engaging your core muscles and using your core strength to keep your leg lifted. Good. And we're just going to pause here for a moment. We're going to build some strength in our balance, and then we'll move on to tree pose. So holding here, maybe it feels wobbly, and that's okay. Keeping your foot flexed. Maybe you fall out of it and you just come right back into it. We got 2 more breaths. Really strong. And then bring your right foot down to the mat. You turn to face you. Bring your right foot down to the mat. And then bring your right heel to your left ankle. Coming into a low tree pose. So we're in a low tree pose all together. If you'd like to move into a higher tree, option to bring your foot to your shin or your calf. If you'd like to move your tree even higher, you can bring it above the knee, but not below the knee, not on the knee. I'm not going to do that today because I haven't stretched. And just breathe here in your tree. By holding that core work first, we add some conditioning to our tree pose, different than just standing in it. And then bring your right foot back down next to your left. Sweep your arms up and overhead. And fold forward. And we'll move into that on the other side as well. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold it forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Hands to heart center, touch in. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up. Maybe the knee is in line with your hip, maybe it's not. Find your stability here as we'll hold. So if being stable means bringing it a little lower, take that choice for yourself. Flex your left foot wherever you are. Pull your belly muscles in to really get the work. And then squeeze your glutes in. You should feel it in your right leg too. We've got 2 more breaths here. Really strong, Nancy. Really strong. Denise, Gary, Sandra, I see you. Looking great, Anne. Very strong. And then everyone drop the left foot down. Inhale here. And then come into your low tree on the left side. Take it a little higher if you'd like to. Press your left knee out towards the left to really find the work in this tree. Breathe here. See if you can find stillness, find ease in the work of this pose. Maybe it's wobbly, and that's okay. One more breath in. Exhale, bring your foot back down. Inhale to sweep your arms up. And then exhale to fold forward over your legs. We've got one last standing push of class to go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale to fold forward over your legs. And then inhale to rise all the way up, extended mountain. Bring your feet to touch, big toes touch, heels apart. Exhale into your chair pose. Chair pose. Sinking your hips back low. And then everyone pull your shoulders back in line with your ears closer. Really nice adjustment, Denise. Chest is opening towards the front of the room. Belly is hugging in, sending your tailbone down, taking the arch out of your low back. Hands to heart center in your chair. We won't be here for so long. This is our last push. Twist over to the right. Stay upright here for me. Reach your arms out long in your twist, like you're facing the side of the room. Pausing it here, finding a different stretch in our shoulders. One more breath in. Exhale, back to chair center, hands to heart center. Maybe your legs are shaking like mine, but we've got one more push. Chair twist to the left. Stretch your arms out long. Breathing here. Your legs are nice and warm if you're sitting low like I am. One more breath in. Exhale to chair center. Don't miss it. Inhale here. And then exhale, dive down over your legs. Split your feet. Really nice. That was our last push. Grab opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe sway from side to side. Reconnect with your breath. Maybe take some sighs like we did before. When you're ready, place your palms on the mat and step back to high plank for our final vinyasa of class. Option to take baby cobra, high cobra, locust. The choice is yours. Lower down to your belly. Inhale to take the lift that you'd like. Maybe it's baby cobra, maybe it's high. Exhale to lower down. And then take child's pose. Child's pose. Breathe here, reconnecting with your breath. Feeling the warmth, the space, the energy you created in your body. A few more deep breaths here. And then we'll meet in a tabletop position. Meeting in a tabletop position. Coming into some deep stretches. On your next inhale, sweep your right arm up to the ceiling, setting up for thread the needle. And then exhale to send your right arm underneath your left armpit. Right ear drops, thread the needle. I'm gonna turn. Reaching out with your right fingertips. Relaxing your face, maybe even closing the eyes. Reconnecting with your breath, with your intention. And if your mind is wandering, see if you can bring it back here. This is still your time to be present, to be with your body. When you're ready, inhale to sweep your right arm back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale to place the right hand back down on the mat. And we'll switch sides. Inhale to send your left arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale to thread it through. Thread the needle. Seeing if you can keep your hips in line with each other here. And breathing. Letting this be easeful. Not forcing anything. Few more breaths. And then inhale to sweep your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale to drop it down. And then just make your way onto your backs. Take your time, maybe just swing your knees around. Making your way onto your backs. Not plopping like I just did. And bringing the soles of your feet onto the mat, knees point up toward the ceiling. We've got one more nice long stretch, and we're going to take a bit of a longer Shavasana today. We'll move through full relaxation, which I will work with you on. So first from here, inhale to send your right heel up toward the ceiling. And then bring your right ankle over your left knee. So setting up for reclining pigeon pose, figure 4. Bringing your right ankle over your left knee, hug your left leg in towards your chest, grab onto the back of the thigh, the front of the calf, wherever you can reach. And then press your right knee back out towards the front of the mat. So still finding that hip stretch. And then being here, letting your head relax down onto the mat. Being in this stretch, maybe closing your eyes. We hold a lot of tension and emotion in our hips. So just taking the time to work some of it out. Breathing here. One more breath in. And on your next exhale, let your left foot sink back down onto the mat. Send your right foot up towards the sky. Extend it long. And then place it back down. Switching sides. Inhale to extend the left leg up. And then exhale, left knee to right, left ankle to right knee. Hug the right leg in. Taking your figure four stretch, keeping your top foot flexed. So in this case, your left foot flexed to protect your left knee. Breathing here, relaxing your face. Maybe your eyes closed for a few breaths. Letting go of any thoughts that come up. Letting them float by. Breathing into the stretch. Letting go of any tension in your hips. One more breath in. And then drop your right heel back down to the mat. Send your left foot up toward the sky. And then feet meet. We're going to take one final bridge pose. Walk your heels in towards your sit bones. Stretch your arms long on your sides. And on your next inhale, lift the hips, lift the low back, press up, bridge pose. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. One last time, maybe your forehead lifts. And then exhale, release into Shavasana. Legs stretch out long, arms stretch out long. And today we're gonna move through full stage relaxation together. And I'll walk you through it. And all you're gonna do is lay here in Shavasana and put your attention on the parts of your body that I mentioned without moving or doing anything to them, just putting your attention onto those parts of your body. So take a few breaths to settle into your Shavasana pose, your corpse pose. And then bring your attention to the top of your head. Bring your attention to the top of your head and feel the top of your head relax. And bring your attention down your head to your forehead, your temples, each eye, each ear, your cheeks. And as you bring your attention down, feel each part of your body that you notice relax. And breathing here, noticing your neck, feeling the muscles in your neck relax. Coming over to your right shoulder, front and back. Your left shoulder, your chest, your upper middle back, all relaxed. Both forearms, both palms, your thumbs relax. Index fingers, middle fingers, all 5 fingers on each hand. Fully relax as you notice them. And bringing the attention to your torso. Feel your rib cage relax. Your belly muscles, your low back. Your lower ab muscles. Let every exhale release some tension. Traveling down your hips and your legs, your thighs. Both knees relax, shins and calves. Traveling all the way down to your ankles, muscles in your feet, the soles of your feet, all 10 of your toes. Breathe in deeply. You feel your whole body relax against the ground. Allow yourself to float here. Your full relaxation.
Sunlight, and you hold me as I breathe. It's the summertime, 'cause I'm blowing through the breeze. Said I'm born to you. I'm born to see the day come through. I should care for you like you want me to. See, all right. Oh, I don't want to see no more. All right. Oh, I don't want to see no more. All right.
You are exactly where you are meant to be right now. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. Yours is a wildly different journey up an entirely different mountain. If you were meant to be up higher on your mountain, you would be. There might be more you need to learn from this spot before you can keep climbing. There might be something you need to see here before you continue forward. Maybe you are simply meant to rest before the journey ahead. Regardless of where you are on your path, know that the rest of your story will unfold when it is time. Until then, enjoy your beautifully unique time. Start to deepen your breathing. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. Circle the wrists and ankles. Crack a knuckle or two. Now, when you're ready, stretch your arms overhead for a nice good morning stretch. Getting nice and long. And then make your way up to a comfortable seat. Taking your time to arrive there, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe closing your eyes again if you feel comfortable. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then open mouth, sigh it out. Bring your hands up to your forehead center, touch in. It is a joy and an honor to share my practice with you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. May beings everywhere be happy, safe, and free. Namaste. All right, friends. All right. So Wednesday we'll be incorporating weights. They'll be optional, of course, but it'll be kind of a more up-tempo cardio yoga flow, and we'll have those optional weights. So have them ready if you want to. And then also separately for my organization, I think I've mentioned my organization to you all before, but I run an organization called the Black Women's Yoga Collective. And we do a lot of different stuff. We used to do stuff in person, but now mostly online. But we're hosting right now an interview series where we just talk to different people about their experiences as people of color in the wellness area. So whether it's in yoga studios or how you got into yoga, since it's not really in our communities that much or what have you. So if anyone's interested in talking to me, sharing their story a little bit, we're going to be doing a pretty nice feature on our website, just encouraging people to connect with themselves, especially right now. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email. I would love to include any of you. You all inspire me so much. I tell everybody about you all the time. So yeah, I would love to include any of you. And then I'll also share with Carly, I was featured recently in an article by Yoga Journal, and it's a really good resource list of just stuff that Black yogis and yogis of color can do right now to support themselves and feel supported during this really, challenging time. So I'll share that with Carly. Maybe she'll send it around. But yeah, reach out to me if you want to be included. And again, thank you guys so much. This is always a joy for me. So I'll see you all on Wednesday, hopefully.
Thank you.
Bye. Yes.